My name is Maxwell Schiano. I'm a photographer living in New York City. I've been shooting film for a little over a year now, professionally as a photographer for the last 10 to 15 years. I came into photography through filmmaking. I used to take photos as visual notes for the films that I wanted to make. When Instagram came along, it gave me a place to showcase that work, and people, really grew an appreciation for it and kind of inspired me to continue pursuing my love for photography. And from there, where I found myself currently, just kind of following that love and the appreciation that people have given me for that talent. I've definitely shot a lot of film stocks, but I have to say the more film that I shoot, the more I realize that I want to stay close to the ones that I really love. My favorites are definitely Fuji Pro 400H, Lomo 800, and Cinestill. I've been shooting a lot of Cinestill at Blue Hour, and it really is something special. I'm still kind of getting the hang of shooting Cinestill 800T. When I get it right, it just has that extra vibe to it. There is photographers that inspire me to go out and shoot. I think I'm inspired by the drive that people have with learning, because I'm constantly learning myself. When it comes to specific photographers, I actually think that it's not really about names, it's really about an idea for me. I think I follow a lot of Facebook groups that showcase New York City photographs from the past. A lot of the work there is not necessarily from photographers. They're sharing their archive photos. To me, that inspires me the most. It's not necessarily about creating the most beautiful photograph. I want to find the intersection between beauty, realness, and documenting the city for future generations to come. I'm just trying to capture life as it is. I having the ability to work as a full-time photographer for companies and work as a freelance photographer, I think that I really appreciate working in the freelance capacity. It's a lot more stressful in other ways, but I think those ways outbalance the stresses that come with full-time positions, especially as a creative. Showing up every day, 5 days a week, having to be creative from 9 to 6 o'clock on the dot. It's challenging, being creative, is something that comes at the spur of the moment sometimes. And working as a freelancer, I think you're able to tap into many minds. You're able to tap into your career-focused mind. You're also able to tap into your personal projects and keep those things separate. And, you're going to be working a lot more hours. You're going to be stressed about money a little bit more, but I feel like it's a lot more rewarding with keeping yourself driven as a creative. When it comes to developing my film, to me, it's really just something that has just brought me closer to my passion for photography. It's become not only a skill and something that I like to do, but it's become also a craft in its full right. I really love that. It really makes me hands-on part of the process. The inspiration behind my food cart series was I was getting my computer fixed at 3 o'clock in the morning at the Fifth Avenue Apple store, and I was in such a shitty mood, and I walked out of the store and I saw this food cart just standing there in this heavenly light. It was just such a beautiful scene. It was just one guy restocking the food cart, and it just, that ended up being the cover of the zine that I had put out that celebrates New York City food carts. To me, it just represented what New York is. This guy's out here selling hot dogs on the street at 3 o'clock in the morning. And to me, that really is beautiful. The way I like to think about New York and its energy is that, you know, it's like a water. It's not something that leaves, it's something that fills other spaces, and as you move things around, this water is gonna find other avenues or different energies and stuff like that to fill. And I think, yeah, New York is changing, New York is taking a pause, and things aren't what they are. But, you know, I think things that are positive are being amplified, and that's a really great response to what is happening. You know, obviously there's a lot of hardship, there's a lot of negative things happening right now, but I'm assured that New York City will definitely be back in its full right, and hopefully that we learn a lot of things from this and we make a lot of the things that, you know, weren't working better. And you know, even if we still have some issues in the city, is the city isn't perfect. What I love about New York is that we go through all these things together. We're, you know, one being. I think that's why New York has taken such a hit, is that, you know, it's not just a place, it's a people. So we make up the city, and when the people are hurting, the city is hurting. So I'm looking forward to seeing New York growing and evolving out of this, because I think we'll find better avenues, other ways that we can sustain the things that make this city so great.